Hey, me. Don't forget to breathe. I've just seen Stace Mate. Right, so, how have I gone? Hey, days are flying by. The it's weird how quickly these days are flying past at the minute. I woke up this morning and I'm just trying to think what time it was when I looked at the clock. I think it was, my chair's still broken. uh, yeah, yeah, I looked at the time when I got up this morning, and I think you'll see me. I'll be on the floor. I'll be going. This one. Um, yeah, it was about 9 o'clock this morning when I woke up, and I just lay in bed. I put YouTube on. I put YouTube on. I was just watching some YouTube videos, and before I knew it was half past one. I mean, I got up and I made myself a coffee, and I took my tablets. I didn't eat today. I didn't eat today until I think it was 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But yeah, when I looked at the clock, it was 1/2 past 1, and the morning just like got away from me. I was just like scrolling, and the morning just got away from me. It's weird. Let me fix that. There we go. Better. I'll start sliding back down now. Right, so doctors spoke to the doctors. Doctor phoned me, and we had a chat on the phone, and he sent me some questionnaires to fill in because he's booked me in for a face to face, and I think I haven't looked yet, but I think off the top of my head, the face to face is next week. I think it could be the week after. It could be early the week after or next week, but it's next month anyway. Yeah, first week of next month. And he sent me questionnaires to fill out. Now, here's the interesting thing. First of all, he said to me, "I'm going to give you a full health check, top to bottom." And the only thing he's ruled out so far is bowel cancer, and that's because I did the test the other week, didn't I? I got the results back the other week, and I'm all clear there. But he's going to do everything, check everything, give me a full health check. And I'm not. Fuck, I'm going to say this. I'm not. It's all the doctors I've spoke to in my practice in the last 20 years. Let's say they've all been foreigners. They've all been foreigners. Everything from your usual Asian origin to Italian. I haven't spoke to a British doctor in absolutely ages. Dr. Robinson, as I seem to remember, was the last British doctor I spoke to. And Dr. Robinson probably died decades ago. But this guy's English. The guy I spoke to is English. And I've never spoken to him before. He's new to me. He even said to me at the time, he said, "We haven't spoken, have we?" I said, "No, mate." He said, "I'm looking at your files here," and this was the interesting thing, and I'm curious to see what he says when I have the face to face to him. He said, "I've got to be honest, I'm a little bit annoyed at myself because phone calls like this I normally record because if I need to go back and listen to them again, but what did he say or what did she say, and I go back and I listen to them over again." But anyway, so he said something along the lines of looking at your files, they have messed up your treatment, so we will have to address that. Something along those lines, he said, which made me raise an eyebrow. Really, finally, somebody's listening to me. When I say finally somebody's listening to me, this guy seems to be only the fourth person to actually believe what I'm saying. And the four people, this new doctor being the fourth person, the three people, let's say, before him, was the two girls who took my x-rays last year and said, "You're not messing around." I said, "How bad's the damage?" And she said, "Well, I thought my knees were bad, but they are nothing compared to yours." The third person was the bone doctor, the specialist, the one they sent me to treat, to diagnose. He sent me to a bone doctor to diagnose, and he said, arthritis, you've lost all the fluids in your knee, and you've lost 10% movement in your knee, in both knees. And it seems that after those three people, said, "Yeah, you're pretty bad." Everybody else is like, "No, there's no evidence." It's like the fucking three people who fucking know, who've seen the evidence, I fucking said, "Yeah, it's bad." And everybody else, I think it's because all the other people have fucking finances at stake, and they've gone, "No, you're not getting extra money. Go back to work, you lazy cunt." Fucking awful. It is awful. So I've taken. I'm going to listen to this doctor when I speak to him. When I have my face to face with this doctor, I can see myself visiting citizens' advice afterwards and seeing where I stand legally. Because if this doctor can look at my file and see that my treatment has been messed up, then surely somebody needs to pay financially somewhere along the line. I mean, I have literally had my life taken away from me. I've gone from being a very active guy to being stuck in these four walls virtually 24/7. I mean, I went out this morning, I would say 20 minutes down the road to the shop and back again. The last time I did that was probably about a week ago. So I begin to think, I begin to feel that things might be coming to a head. As now I've got what seems to be somebody else on my side. What else we spoke about? What else we spoke about was my mental state. And I've gone in the last few months from the girl in the social saying to me, "You sound like you're suffering from depression," and then spending the next month trying to convince me to speak to the doctor about it. And that's how I've got this. That's how I've got this appointment. That's how I've got the appointment with the doctor. I don't know. Did I mention that I've spent all week trying to get an appointment? I've started off on the Monday morning. Started off on the Monday morning, and Didn't get through Monday, didn't get through Tuesday. Phoned the girl up Tuesday afternoon and she said, "Have you tried the online? You've got 2 hours between 8 and 10 online to ask for an appointment." And the online type of stuff, it just gives you the entire, you have your symptoms and everything. And you've got like, it gives you, there's a timer on the session for some reason. God, my knee feels bad. There's a timer, that's because I went out before. There's a timer on the session. So anyway, I tried on Wednesday, tried to fill it in on Wednesday, and I sat in here all day till about 6 o'clock, didn't get a response from it. And I thought, well, that was a load of crap, wasn't it? So I actually missed Tuesday. I missed my time on Tuesday. Not on Tuesday, on Thursday. I missed my time on Thursday. On Friday, I had my phone next to my bed, and I had an alarm. I set an alarm with Alexa to wake me up at 5 to 8, I think it was. I woke up at 5 to 8. The first thing I did was grab my phone and phoned, and then I got the call back. The call back where you hang up and they call you back thing. I got that going, and it was about, I think I got that at about 8:05. Must have been about 8:05 I got that. I was just got to the point where I thought, I'm not getting a call back here. It was about 35, 40 minutes later, and the phone went. And I was again on the doctor's. And I said, like, I said, what was going on? This was on Friday, last Friday. Was it last Friday? I can't remember now. But I said everything that was going on, and she said, okay, but all I can do is I can give you a. I know it was more than it was more than that because I had to wait. I think I had to wait a week or something for the appointments. I think it was a week or 2 weeks, whatever it was. But yeah, I got the appointment, the phone call for the appointment. The weird thing was, a few hours later on the Friday morning, I got a text message from. It was a response to the Wednesday online application. Is it? I don't know. The online application thing I filled in. It was a response to that, and it just said, it was this doctor, and it just said, make a phone up the reception and get an appointment for a phone call. I'd already done that. So I was like, sad. Okay, I won't bother. I won't bother making another appointment. I'll just, you know, I've already made one. I'm my own in here, and I'll tell you right now, I'll go to bed in the next like hour or so. And as soon as my head hits that pillow, I'll be wide awake again. Absolutely. And then I'll be awake until about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And then I'll fall asleep. And then I'll wake up at about somewhere between 8 and 9. Right, anyway, so yeah, so when this doctor phoned me up, he had everything in front of him about on the forms that I filled in on the online, and it was all about the concerns that I might be suffering from depression, because I haven't I don't think I've said this yet because I've been a bit cagey about talking about it. Like I say, the girl from the social says, like, you sound like you're suffering from depression. I think you need to speak to your doctor about it. And I blew it off. Nah. If I was depressed, I'd know about it. I mean, there is a story that goes back to when I was in late teens, early 20s, late teens, early 20s. And it wasn't long after me had Philistines. and my mum had taken Phyllis's house and taken responsibility for the daughter, and there was things that were said to me in confidence, and I think there were terrible things that were actually said to me, awful things. But anyway, that's for another time. But there was some powerful medication had been left in the cupboards that belonged to Phyllis. And at the time, I was going through a rough time, a very rough time. And I honestly freely admitted that I was done. I didn't see the point. I didn't see the point of carrying on. I was in a really, really dark place. And these medication went missing one day. I mean, they've been there for months, 6, 7, 8 months. They've been there for virtually a year. And then they suddenly went missing. I was showing signs of depression. I knew I was depressed. And all of a sudden the medication went missing. The rather potent medication went missing. Nobody admitted to taking them, but I think now a couple of years. Well, I say now, but I think it was about a couple of years later when I got through my depression. I don't know how that part of my life kind of stuck with me for a long time. I remember my mate Flago, me Bessie, who departed as many years ago. It wasn't long after this when he attempted taking his own life, and I was furious with him, and I mean furious with him. And I told him so. I told him when he came round. I mean, I felt guilty as fuck because I thought he was just pissed when he came round and said to me that he told me he was going to take his life. And 2 days later, I got a phone call saying he was in hospital and he'd had his stomach pumped. He'd taken a lot of his alpha beta blockers and swallowed them with a fucking a fucking bottle of wine. And it was his mother. It was his mother who realised something was wrong. And he rushed him to the hospital. I mean, he said to me afterwards, he said, as far as I was concerned, I was dead. But they rushed him to the hospital and they pumped his stomach. And I remember seeing him for the first time and he just came out of hospital and I was furious with him. Absolutely furious. But I said to him previously, when he was telling me, I was saying, go on, you're drunk. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to kill myself. And I said, well, if you kill yourself, I won't be going to your funeral. Go on, get some sleep. You'll feel better in the morning. And he went home and he took a fucking bottle of his alpha's fucking beta blockers. But yeah, no, he did die. He did die young. He was he 40s? Was he in his late 30s? He was in his late 30s when he passed. And he passed because of his lifestyle, but it wasn't. It was his attitude. He hated doctors, but if you said to him, "Are you all right?" and he'd say, "Yeah, I'm fine," but he wouldn't tell you about the pain shooting up his back because his lungs was slowly filling up with liquids. But he hated doctors. But anyway, yeah, do miss him. I do. I've gone far too long without a Bezzy. Gone far too long without my best mate. Anyway, I can't even think what I was saying. Oh yeah, so depression. So I said to the girl, I said, I don't think I'm depressed. I think I know if I'm depressed. So eventually she convinced me, and it took her like a good month to convince me. But she convinced me to Google it, to look into it, and I Googled it. And it said, something along the lines of, if you've suffered from like 5 or 6 of these symptoms in the past 2 weeks, you may be suffering from depression. And I went through the list, and I was going, yeah, 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 yeah. I think I answered yes to every single one, apart from one. And it wasn't more than 2 weeks. With most of them, it's been like 6, 7, 8 months. So all that was on the list, and this is what the doctor had. He looked at it and he said, "Look, I'm giving you a face to face. He said, I'm going to send you some questionnaires. I want you to fill them out for me." He said, "I'm going to give you a full check. I'm going to give you a full check, full health check, head to toe. You won't miss anything." And this was based on he felt that the doctors I've been speaking to before had messed up my not just messed up my diagnosis, but messed up my recovery and my treatments. So, like I say, we'll see. I think it's the first week of next month. I'm not sure whether that's next week or the week after, but it's coming up pretty soon. So we'll find out. I've got high expectations now, because I finally think somebody is actually listening to me. Anyway, I'm going to go and have a couple of drinks before going to bed, because I might actually sleep then. Doesn't work. I've tried it before, but I'll try it again. So this is me. I'm out. Look after yourself. Love you. Bye.